like to thank all the participants, speakers, and organizers. So thank you very much. So good evening, Pattabhi ji. Welcome back again. Nice to see you, sir.
Good evening. Hope you're doing fine.
Yeah.
I was
Uh,
watching some of the program. In fact, I have connected throughout the day, but I was not watching entire thing. But first few program and the last one I was watching, it was wonderful. It looks like you are watching like a mini AI summit. Okay, more than a supply, more than supply chain summit, it has become a AI summit because now that is the
it is.
market trend. Everybody
It is
wants
the
to.
trend. But anyways, yeah, AI is they are trying to apply AI everywhere. Yeah, why not? Okay, why not? So great. Thank you, Pattabhi ji. Let me give you a quick round of introduction. Mr. Pattabhi Raman, he is talking about computer vision for supply chain. I'm eagerly waiting for this, Pattabhi ji. Pattabhi Raman is a seasoned supply chain, logistics, and sourcing and analytics professional. He's a fantastic trainer and consultant with nearly 3 decades of hands-on experience across large multinational organizations. Okay. Pattabhi ji, welcome to the show. Please, I know you train a lot. You have a fantastic way to teach supply chain to all the individuals. I would like to start your session, and maybe if I miss something in introduction, please make yourself
No
comfortable.
issue. I don't need the introduction. Maybe thanks for giving me this opportunity. This is the first time I'm attending this forum. A very good knowledge sharing forum which you are offering for free. But I don't know how you can pull more candidates to watch such a program. It would be really beneficial if
Yeah.
you are able to reach to more people because who are guests were telling they have a very good knowledge they were able to do. As you know, now AI is taking over many things. We know what is happening with Anthropic or what Elon Musk is talking about robots. Sometimes it is worrying, and I can give an incident. One of my client in Middle East approached me yesterday. In fact, he is using all this AI tool, including ChatGPT, for all the thing. Maybe I saw the Anita was presenting what you can do with the inventory optimization,
Mm.
load optimization, or forecasting. Just upload the tools into ChatGPT, for
Correct,
example,
correct.
you get the similar result. For
Correct.
him, whatever available in your site,
Correct.
he was
Correct.
showing me
Yeah.
everything I can do, but still he had a problem. That's why he reached out to me. I am able to find a solution, very good solution offered by this chat GPT. In fact, it is also explaining all the things, how to implement things. It's all fine. I have been using for last 6 months, but still I have a problem. I am not getting the result when I to implement in the shop floor. Okay, I
Mm.
am in the manufacturing supply chain. For me, manufacturing is important. Then I did some analysis what he is doing.
Mhm.
Maybe he was talking very good about inventory analysis or everything. So when I checked some of the factors, he was not aware about even basic inventory management techniques like ABC analysis or FSN analysis or safety stock. Because when I see the data, it is not having the required details to give the required answer. Okay, so one is assuming that everything AI will solve
Very
without any domain knowledge. That's not going to help.
good.
If people are thinking doctor can work in supply chain or supply chain can work in medical as a doctor, it's not going to work. The
That's
second thing
more
is
dangerous.
AI creates hallucination. Okay, if you are not providing data, it assumes data
Yeah.
without you giving any detail. For example, this guy was showing me some details about how he wanted to optimize inventory. He has given some limited data, but it has assumed certain things. For example, if you want to calculate safety stock, You should know demand variation, supply variation, and the customer service level. And except these three details, he has dumped all the data. And AI has not told him that you are not given required data, and it has assumed, it
Assume.
has lot of data from lot of industry. So it has assumed, he has told he is working in a FMCG, it has pulled the data and it's given the answer to him. So how he can implement in his organization by using somebody else?
Correct, correct. Mhm.
It's not going to work because I am also training on such topics like inventory optimization, routing optimization, loading optimization, forecasting. But unless you have the
Understood.
grip of the topic, you cannot exploit this AI. See, we say AI as a assistant. AI is an intelligent assistant, but many of the people, they are taking over the head and making them as a boss. In such case, it's not going to work. I think we are going to have a maturity shortly. Maybe it is going to crash in another 6 months or 1 year. But before that, huge damage would have happened to the society and other thing. It might have happened. Anyhow, let me go to the presentation. Hope you are able to see the screen.
Yes, yes. Yeah, please.
Okay, we were seeing about the execution system. Maybe your executives were explaining about various software elements. Now, when you want make things to be working perfectly, apart from your software execution system, you need appropriate hardware systems.
Correct.
Without hardware system, it's not going to work. Possibly, when we talk about Anthropic or OpenAI, they are talking more about software. Maybe possible Elon Musk and Amazon, they are talking about hardware, creating robotics and other things. That's where we can see much progress because only software is not going to work. And I feel this computer vision may be one of the important critical aspect of AI in supply chain because it makes things to see the things. Okay, how a autonomous vehicle can drive, or for that matter, we can use this kind of computer system in warehouse or incoming, receiving. Okay. Also, we have been using this kind of system for some time, maybe last 5 years, 10 years. If you take an example of a mobile phone, you can log in by showing your face, meaning that it is able to recognize your face. Okay, so there are so many application, possibly mass surveillance and other things are there in the market. But when focused to supply chain, we have a lot of application, including recognizing a part component or in the quality inspection and so many other things. They are even talking human-less warehouse where a system can detect how much stock is available in the warehouse and it can trigger a replenishment order without any manual intervention. Can you imagine a situation now? People are moving towards such a automation where you don't even need any ERP system. Everything can be manually managed. One side it looks better, but the other side it looks a bit dangerous. This is where I am seeing that there will be an end for that. The bust is going to happen. So why Vision AI? Vision AI enables machine to interpret visual data with high precision. It transforms industry reliant on monitoring, inspection, and recognition. Advances in deep learning and sensors make large-scale visual intelligence possible. Enhances accuracy, safety, operational efficiency across sector. Example, logistic firm use Vision AI to detect damaged packing before shipping. So the application, to some extent, we were already using it, especially in the quality or incoming, even when we were not like Amazon type of organization, but we were using it to some extent like a non-contact measurement system or laser measurement system, which can identify or count the item. So here you can see quality control and detection, detects defects and misalignment behind human capability, because maybe it's very minute. We will not be able to observe the error, maybe a painting defect or micro scratch, which is not acceptable in many of the manufacturing. Then enables real-time quality check on assembly lines, reduces waste and ensure compliance, strengthens automated inspection using cameras. See, you can apply this AI to where it is really required. You cannot fully automate and make the factory as dark factory. That is where I think we may be moving towards a dangerous situation. In a factory, you should know where are the application areas, possibly where you need a higher response time, higher accuracy, or when handling hazardous goods. Such areas may be likely candidate, but I feel in this year you may see a lot of the application. They are simply applying in a mad way, which is not good. Here, example is automotive plant detect faint defects instantly. Okay. And how do this camera recognize anything is based on pixels. Possibly, if you know any cameras for that matter, mobile camera, they talk about 10 MP camera means 10 megapixels. So it is able to identify in form of a smallest dot or a pot. Okay, maybe if you know, we identify colors by using RGB colors. You tell RGB, you put any colors, you will get a different combination. So it identifies by a pixel, and if you have more number of pixel, you get a more clarity there. Digital images or pixel matrices across RGB channels. Each pixel carries intensity information forming patterns. As you know, AI works on a pattern identification for anything. AI extracts the shapes, edges, and texture. Pre processing ensures consistent model input. Example, high resolution images used for inspection. Now, features and object of recognition. Early model used handcrafted visual features. Deep learning extracts hierarchical feature layers. CNN, convolutional neural network, identify object through progressive abstraction. Feature maps reveal AI perception. Example, cameras recognize vehicle using a learned pattern. Once again, everywhere you have a repository of a pattern available. So it's going to compare with whatever it is captured with the available database. So here you see a computer vision pipeline. One is a camera which does the image capture. It does some pre-processing like filters and normalization. Then you have a AI model, pattern recognition, and finally, it provides output in the form of analytics. Inside it doesn't only capture the photo, but as I said, in a human-less warehouse, it can trigger replenishment of inventory. Okay, this is where it is an extended version of what we were doing earlier. Filters extract key pattern from raw data. Insights trigger alert or automation. Combines camera input with analytics. Retail uses Vision AI for footfall tripping or heat maps kind of a thing. Then it can also be used for classification, detection, and segmentation. You can see whole image label assigns a single class to the entire image. Then bounding boxes locates object within a regular region. Pixel mask precise object boundaries at pixel level. Vision task overview here. Classification identifies the main object. Detection locates multiple objects within the box. Segmentation outlines objects pixel by pixel. These form the core vision task. Example, traffic system detect and classify the vehicle, whether it's a car or a bus or a truck. Because this is a real important application area we can do, but in supply chain, very few organization are using it as of now. but you may expect that to grow in the coming years. Of course, in the healthcare imaging and diagnostic, it was there for a long time. It enhances interpretation of X-rays and scan, enables early disease detection, supports clinicians without replacing expert, identifies subtle anomalies in visuals. Example: AI detects lung nodules with eye accuracy. Of course, these are all beneficial area where AI can be implemented to a large extent and not where it is required. Then possibly security and retail application. AI camera analyze behavior in real time. Retail tracks inventory and customer movement. Security detects anomalies and intrusions, improves operational efficiency. Example, it can auto flag empty shelves. I have seen some videos where it can identify where the stock is more, where it is less, or in the supermarket, people take some item from here and keep it elsewhere. It can recognize such kind of a mis placement and alert the human being. There is something wrong in a location, something like that. Satellite and aerial vision analyzes drone and satellite imagery, detects crop health and land changes, supports sustainability and risk detection, enhances precision agriculture. Example: farmers assess nitrogen stress visually. For farming, nitrogen is one of the important factor, and possibly using this vision technology, you can find out. And next one, which we started with for the autonomous vehicle, this becomes very important. For example, a driverless car, they should be able to analyze what is happening, what is going in front. Is it a two-wheeler, four-wheeler, truck? What speed it is going? When to take what kind of action? Okay. So in future, possibly this technology is very really useful in logistic. Vision AI enables environment understanding, combines SLAM, depth sensing and tracking. SLAM means simultaneous location, localization and mapping in robotics is a crucial process where a robot builds a map of unknown environment while simultaneously figuring out its own location within that map, all in real time, enabling autonomous navigation, path planning, and obstacle evidence essential for self-driving cars or autonomous vehicles. Okay, including drones. Critical for robots, drones, and autonomous vehicle, which is very much a part of supply chain and logistic. But we are not using in Asia to a large extent as of now. Still, we feel human labor is much cheaper, but in future it may change. Example, forklift navigate using visual maps. Of course, the craze for such kind of automation is more in US and Europe than in Asia and Middle East. Synthetic imagery and deepfakes. GAN means generative adversarial network, generate realistic synthetic images. If you know, recently, last 1 month back or so, Grok was having a problem. Grok is from Elon Musk, where you can upload any image, it can alter it to suit your requirement, including dirty things like you are uploading a photo of an actress and ask it to undress, it was doing it. Now then, governments had intervened and they have told these things should not happen. Possibly they have come out with the changes in their thing so that you cannot do any modification to image. But on the other hand, you can see the advertisement media earlier. If you take, even if they want to generate a video for a 30 seconds advertisement, they used to take 1 week. Possibly they have to arrange a location, actor, actress, camera, set, everything, multiple round of filming, then music, everything. Now, all this can be done in less than 1 hour. So there is a big job loss in such areas. The leaders are telling you don't worry about the job, it only assists, but reality is totally different. The same people are throwing out people in every domain. It's not only developing developers. If you take Amazon, they have simply removed 30,000, 40,000 people only by introducing RPA, robotic process automation. Okay. So we should also, some of your speakers were talking about governance. Governance is also important. Used in design, simulation, and augmentation. Deep fakes create ethical risk. AI improves visual prototyping. Example, synthetic product images for marketing is one example. Of course, everything needs a data requirement. Vision AI needs large labeled data set. Augmentation improves robustness. Annotation and synthetic data add diversity. Data quality drives accuracy. Example, 100,000 images used to classify cuisine. You need to have a database of images. For example, all this are trained with the images. Maybe you have to tell this is a dog, this is a cat, this is a building. So it doesn't happen by posting one image. Even if you take an example of a cat, millions of images taken in different lighting condition, different varieties, different colors, different heights, so that when you put a new image, it is able to identify that. So huge amount of data may be required. Okay, and possibly one of the option, Google Lens, which may be available in your mobile phone. When you scan any item, it is able to identify. Even you can show a popular building, it is able to identify and tell what is that building. But you need the quality data for training. Then performance evaluation is there, like forecasting, we use root mean squared error or MOPE mean absolute percentage error. Maybe here we use something called confusion matrix. Okay, uses accuracy, precision, recall. Confusion matrices show strength and weaknesses, ensure real world model reliability, models tuned for balanced prediction. And this evaluation part, I see nobody is much focusing. They assume whatever results given is perfect and start using. This is where the problem starts. For this, as a human, we keep calling as a human intervention is required in everything. If you want to intervene, you should know what is happening, how to measure a forecast accuracy, or any of this model. How do you evaluate? Unless you don't know, you cannot evaluate. And people are keeping this aside in, and then believing whatever AI telling is fine. Sometime I have seen some of the model is 100% accurate, which is not the case in reality. Example, traffic model, reduce false alarm. Then privacy consent in vision system. Visual data may include personal information. Regulation may require secure handling. Anonymization protects identities. Access control ensure compliance. Example, smart cities blur faces in the footages. Maybe it's due to regulation. A country like India, we don't have such regulation. CCTV camera, you can see everything, but in some countries, it's only a thermal image allowed to be seen. So, what are the challenges and limitation? Technical challenge like environmental variation. Models struggle with varying lighting, weather, and unfamiliar background. Then occlusion handling, performance degrades when the objects are partially blocked from the view. Domain adaptation, model trained on one data set often fail on different visual domain. Same like any other data set for different industry, you need a different data set. You cannot generalize about what is suitable in agriculture field may not be suitable in a manufacturing field. There are also ethical challenge where you have a demographic bias, privacy concern, transparency. Then operational challenges may include deployment complexity, computer resources, maintenance. So vision AI accuracy depends heavily on context and data quality. Lighting occlusion bias affects fairness and reliability. Compute cost limits real time use. privacy and transparency concern exist. Example, recognition accuracy varies by lighting. This is where human and AI collaboration must be required. Human in the loop, we tell, but unfortunately, the human supposed to know what it is doing. If you don't know what it is doing, then there is no purpose of having this human in the loop. Like example I have given in the starting, where if the people who are using it doesn't know how it is doing, then you cannot interpret or even make any meaningful intervention in case of a problem. Okay, so AI augments human expertise. You should be an expert in the field, whether you use it in agriculture or manufacturing or logistics. You should know the field, then apply the AI. Otherwise, it's not going to helpful. Humans validate AI insights, improves decision speed responsibly, ensure oversight and accountability. Example, radiologists confirm AI detection. If they don't know about their business, they cannot validate what it is doing. Future of Vision AI, Edge AI enables on-device intelligence. Edge AI means you have a control system within the unit. You know, earlier we were talking about cloud computing means the devices has to send the information to the cloud and it cloud processes and then gets back to the device. Maybe there is a time lag, even if it's a seconds, millisecond, there is a time lag, but it cannot be afforded in a autonomous vehicle. For example, it has to make a decision to change the direction or apply the braking. So nowadays, maybe in future you may see every such device will have its own processing unit or a engine. Multimodal AI merges vision and language. So it's not only vision, it can comply with language. Adaptive system learn from new environment. Automation becomes more contextual. Drones, example, drones adjust flight using visual feedback. So I'm quickly running through because our time allotted to me was very less. This topic we used to discuss more than 1 hour, but it's fine. Possibly in future session we can do much longer. You can apply key domains: manufacturing, healthcare, agriculture, security, retail, of course, supply chain. Yeah, then core techniques could be classification, object detection, segmentation, deep learning. Accuracy, efficiency, safety, innovation are the important thing. So visual AI enables mission visual understanding, transforms manufacturing, healthcare, agriculture, and retail, requires ethics, data quality, human oversight. Future integrates vision with language and reasoning, delivers accuracy, efficiency, and innovation.
Wonderful session. So I really enjoyed the session when you rightly said that software is something, yes, it's very important. But going forward, software plus hardware is something which is going to be very impactful. Okay, that's true because it's as software can be applied everywhere, and then if you combine this with hardware, then you solve a real problem where human intervention is not required majority of times. But at the same time, as you said, the subject matter expertise should be there. Otherwise, all your AI and machines, whatever you are working, whether they are giving a correct output or not, nobody knows. Okay, then you cannot invest or you cannot do business with that. So the domain expertise, a deep domain expertise is always required. There is no question of it. Yeah. Mhm. So that's fantastic session, Pattabhi Garu. So what is a key recommendation now in this conflicting, confusing state? So what is your advice to the top CEOs, especially I'm talking about mid-tier companies, the CEOs, and then what is your advice for the professionals in supply chain?
I recommend people to have a domain knowledge. Otherwise, you are not going to contribute. Possibly, you have to use where it is required. You cannot apply AI everywhere. Like people are talking about a dark factory, you simply apply digital supply chain everywhere. It doesn't work. Why you want to automate? Now we have to also take care of a society. When you have thousands of people waiting for a job in the gate, why do you need automation? You have to bring a balance. Of course, this is where my recommendation apply where it is necessary. For example, where you need faster response time, or you want to scale up doing things quickly for a large number. Because manually, if you do, it takes time. But doing a forecast is not a big deal. Why you want to automate? That too, in a country like India, we have large skilled manpower. You don't need them. Okay, when you maybe like application hazardous material where handling requests problem or storing transportation, you apply the healthcare sectors. You know, people are struggling with cancer. They don't detect even today in
Hmm.
US. They don't know how they people go to third or fourth stage about to die. Only they are able to detect. You apply that area where people society can benefit. Here the problem is we have a lot of unemployment. Don't apply everywhere it is required. Maybe you can keep us a second consultant. You know, when we go to doctor, if we tell something, we always take a second opinion. So my thinking is keep it as a second opinion. I am doing a lot of program on advanced supply chain, digital supply chain. But I tell you must be first a supply chain professional. Know your own things. By sitting in a room and understanding, yeah, I can apply here, I can apply here. It's like watching a YouTube video. You have to work in a field. You have to have burns in your thing, which I do in automobile field, where just in time really works. If material is not there, line stops, that's all. It's roles. But people keep talking I can apply lean just in time everywhere, but it doesn't work like that. You should have a clear understanding of how it can be done. This is where I feel the AI concept itself will bust maybe in 6 to months to 1 year.
Yeah, it will stabilize.
Possibly, no anthropic AI fight with the Pentagon. Pentagon is armed to string cloud AI to give a uncontrolled access of AI platform, meaning that they want to use for autonomous weapon launch. Can you imagine autonomous weapon launch? But this fellow, Cloud AI, was a gentleman. He has refused at a cost of $500 million, because Pentagon has $200 million and they have blacklisted him. Now the war is going on, so they have given a timeline Friday 5 o'clock in US timing. Before that, he was supposed to do. He is a very honest person. He told, "I cannot take that risk. It can destroy everything." But OpenAI, ChatGPT boss, now he has aligned with US system. You know, governments are supposed to bring governance. They are asking these companies to break the governance.
It's highly
So
political, and also, yeah, yeah, what they speak and what they do, maybe both are not same. So we have to wait and see
I
what
am
happens.
going. I am seeing really a bust. Possibly 1 year is maximum. My only worry is it can do innumerable damage
Damage, then benefit.
before people it can recover. We don't have any governance system. People lack awareness there. And everywhere, even training program I see, people simply talk about AI. And that idiot Elon Musk is saying, you don't study in future, you don't work anything in future, everything money will automatically come to you. This is what he is telling. I don't know how things will work. Are we going to go back to stone ages
Yeah, I
when we
think too much knowledge will make knowledge irrelevant. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe that would be the possible worst thing humankind will do for humankind itself.
Yes, declared next to 20 years, job will be optional. So, what does it mean? Should we go back to our stone ages, do hunting? And he says even hunting can be done by robots. So you then you sit and relax.
But
Then
but
whom to
nobody.
teach? whom to tease, where to do war. This is what we will be doing. Like if you go
Yeah,
back
definitely.
centuries.
Wars.
Okay.
Wars
I am
war
taking
is a
more of
big
your
business.
time. I am taking more
War,
of your time. Possibly next guest is waiting.
next big business is war. Okay. Okay, sir. So thank you very much, Mr. Pattabhi. Very nice session and nice talking to you. Always insightful and your wisdom always speaks. Thank you. Thank you very much for
Have
wonderful
a
session.
nice day. Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you.